Hello and welcome to the last programme in this series of Read Right Now. Well, this year we have been all over the country. Places like Cork, Donegal, Kildare and Limerick. And we've met people who've made that decision to return to learning for all sorts of reasons. For work, for their families, but mostly, I'm glad to say, for themselves. Now today I've come to the Chester Beatty Library here in Dublin Castle, where there's a conference taking place on understanding Islam. And I'm hoping to learn more about other people who've left their home country in favour of Ireland to live, work and bring up their families. And while I'm doing that, you're off to Roscommon to meet two learners from Pakistan.
Salma and Freeha moved from Pakistan to Ireland with their husbands. Although it's been a bit of a culture shock, it has been made a little easier by being able to buy Asian food in a local grocery shop in their new hometown of Ballahadreen, County Roscommon.
When we moved from Pakistan to Ballahadreen, we were worried about we can't find anything to eat like in Pakistan. But when we moved here, we find an Asian grocery shop. We can find each and everything which we eat. In every area there is people like different things. In our area in Pakistan we like hot curries and chapatis, but here there is no concept of chapatis. In the hospital, when I went to the hospital, she said that you can eat the vegetable. I said I can eat the vegetable. She bring the vegetable, boiled spinach, and I can't eat. What is that? What is this? I can't eat. First I came here, I said to Frances, I need a flour. She said, what is flour? I said, then she correct me, it is flour, not flour. Then first time I know it is a flour. Otherwise I know the spelling, but I don't know about the pronunciation, it is flour.
Freeha's difficulty with pronouncing words in English is quite common. The words flower and flower sound the same but are spelt differently. During this series we have covered many topics on spelling. We've looked at word endings, word patterns and spelling tips. Two common word endings we looked at were ing and ly. We saw that when we add ing to words that end in e, we need to drop that E. So type becomes typing and save becomes saving. We learned that the ending ly is often added to words to tell us more about an action. We could add ly to the words quick, strong and short to get the new words quickly, strongly and shortly. Spelling can be tricky, but there are some general tips that should make it a little easier for you. First, sound every word out. Does it rhyme with other words you know? For example, the word book sounds like look and took, but has a B sound at the start. Now, let's try breaking words up. How many parts are in the word? For example, the word computer has 3 syllables, com-pu-ter. Now we can try spelling each word separately so it doesn't seem so long. And our final spelling tip for this series is to practice. Write as often and as much as you can. Make lists of important words like names and addresses. And remember to use a dictionary if you get stuck.
In Pakistan we study English, but English is not a language of communication there. our thinking is in our mother tongue or in Urdu. But because the grammar is different, the sentence structure is different in Urdu and sentence structure is different in English. Therefore, I find it difficult to convert that. We first think about what to give the answer and what words we should use. Here we have to use English everywhere.
My name is Liana Rose. I'm from Moscow. I've been teaching English for 4 years.
Yeah, my name is Siobhan Hardiman and I'm the literacy organiser with the North Roscommon Literacy Scheme. Liana's a tutor on the scheme here. We've actually three classes running for foreign nationals on a weekly basis.
Our students are from many different countries.
We have a high number of foreign nationals living in Balladrine. We've a lot of migrant workers. Recently we have asylum seekers as well in the town. So there's actually quite a number of different nationalities living in the area. From the literacy perspective, what we actually do is we cater for the basic level. So we're catering for the basic level of English. And actually, when the group that Liana was working with last year actually moved on, and they progressed so fast that they've actually moved on now to level 1, and that has come into the community education, under the community education umbrella.
It's Irish history, and
we've actually a basic computer group that goes as well once a week, which is quite important because I think sometimes people that have literacy difficulties maybe don't feel quite able to go into a mainstream computer class, so it actually gives them the chance to maybe just doing something in something more kind of, I suppose, homely environment, and where there's not just much stress on trying to keep up with, or much focus on keeping up with the rest of the class. So it's quite a lot happening.
I started learning English in 2003 in summer vacations. We start with foundation level in this center, and then we complete our foundation level in summer vacations. After that we complete our level 1, and now we are doing the level 2.
In Ireland, when we are going anywhere, in the hospital, in the shopping center or anywhere, we can't speak easily.
If you go to the doctor, you want to explain what is this. After 2 or 3 sentences, he say that I understand. If you know the English, then he can listen you for half an hour, but with little English, he can't listen you. In the start, I think that I need a translator, but when we go to we start living here and go to the shopping and speaking with the other start speaking with other persons, then gradually we improve our English. I think so. I am better than before. Why?
Computer and internet access can help when adjusting to a new life abroad. Not only does it help with learning, it also helps to stay in touch with family and friends at home.
I can see my parents in Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah, and I can talk with them by using the messenger. I can chat with them.
We're also using different books. We're using many different CDs, and I think that it's very handy to use CD in the classrooms, because it lets the students to work on their own. And Literacy Tools website.
We find it very easy and interesting to use internet for learning, because there are different exercises. We can do that exercises. There is no need to come here in class. We can use them in library as well. These exercises.
And finally, they don't need a tutor to check. They can do it on your own.
We saw earlier that the internet can be really useful in learning. So this reading tip is about using the Literacy Tools website. The web address for this site is www.literacytools.ie. There are 2 ways of entering this site. Let's try the Are You a New User option, When you move your mouse pointer around the screen, you'll see that it sometimes changes to a different shape, in this case, a hand. This means that you are now over a link to another page. Now let's look at a reading exercise. There's a list of reading topics covering subjects such as a new start, applying for a job, computer speak. Okay, let's look at this exercise on soaps. So, you should read the text first and then go to the question underneath. So, Bill and Pat blank TV all the time. Let's try the action word watch. With my mouse, I select that and drag it to the blank box. The box goes yellow, and there it is. You do the same for the rest of the blanks, and when you're finished, you click on Check Answers to see how you did. Exercises like this allow you to practice your reading, and the Literacy Tools website is a great place to start. So why not have a go the next time you're on the web?
Well, there we've seen some of the problems that Freya and Salma have encountered here in Ireland, and we'll talk a little more about that in just a moment. But first, here comes our free phone number. It's 1800 20 20 65. That's 1800 20 20 65. We want you to call that now, and you can get yourself a copy of the free Read Right Now workbook. Now, somebody here I want to introduce you to. Dr. Al-Kado. I'm Derek Mooney. It's lovely to meet you, and thank you for taking the time.
Thanks.
Now, this is Dr. Nuh Al-Kado. He's the Executive Director at the Islamic Cultural Centre in Clonskee here in Dublin. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Islamic Cultural Centre. If you could tell me what exactly it is and what your role is there.
Islamic Cultural Centre is an organization established in 1996. The main objective of this centre is to serve the community, to facilitate, the integration of the Muslim community into the Irish society at large, building the bridge between the West and Islam, and also clearing any misconception or misunderstanding of Islam. We are serving them as Muslims, and they have to be Irish. They have to live as Irish people, not as whatever they come from. We should respect their background and their culture and things, but they are here, so they have to integrate. To integrate, you have to understand.
Now, Dr. Al-Kado, the problems that we see Freya and Salma encountering, is this typical?
Yes, I think so. I mean, it is it's not easy to find, always somebody who can really help you in communicate, especially when you cannot speak. I remember, although my English was not that bad, but still I had a problem, to communicate with so many terms and new terms for me. A new culture, new life. The English is very important. We do have classes and trying to make sure that they do understand at least the basic communication.
Yeah. And it's a life skill they're learning. It's not just a language that they're learning.
The language is not the words only. It's a culture. So when you understand my language, I mean you are understanding my culture. When you are talking about integration, you are talking about two-way system. It's not one way. They have to understand the culture of the people they are joining in. They have to respect that culture. To be part of the society, you have to share them, to share the society. So we do our best also to teach our people whatever we can about the Irish society.
So they become fully integrated?
Yes, because we believe this is the only way.
Read right now. Read right now. Read right now.